Let's find out. I am reading each sentence and then we'll discuss. Supermind, mind, life, and body are the four instruments which the spirit uses for its manifestation in the workings of nature. So very clear. There's nothing to explain. The mind, life, and body are very clearly there, but there is supermind also which we don't see. But that also is an instrument which the divine uses. Okay? Because although we don't see it, it is working. Just like the mobile waves, we don't see, but it's working. Exactly the same way. Supermind is there influencing everything, mind, life, and body. I read the next sentence. Supermind is spiritual consciousness acting as a self-luminous knowledge, will, sense, aesthesis, energy, self-creative, and unveiling power of its own delight and being. So let's understand what he's saying. First of all, he's saying supermind is spiritual consciousness. It is not material consciousness. It is not vital consciousness. It is not mental consciousness. It is spiritual consciousness. Okay? And spiritual, normally when he uses the word, it means the second level. But here he is using in a very general sense. Because the supramental acts at an even higher level, third level. Okay? And what is it doing? It is acting as a self-luminous knowledge. At our level, knowledge is not self-luminous. We have to acquire knowledge from elsewhere. We have to study textbooks, we have to study nature, and then we get. But supermind, if you are in the supermind consciousness, the knowledge comes of itself. Okay? That is what we meant by self-luminous knowledge. You don't have to look for it. It is there already. If you are in the supermental consciousness. Okay? We are in the material consciousness and knowledge does not come by itself. We have to look for it. Okay? Same thing with the will. The will also is automatic when you are there. Senses also are automatic. Aesthesis, the sense of beauty, also is very, very obvious. Energy. The energy also is, so at our level, energy is not always there. Energy is sometimes very prominently missing. But there it is very clear. Okay? So, self-creative and unveiling power of its own delight in being. Now, the unveiling power of its own delight is very interesting. At our level, delight is there, but it has to be experienced. Whereas in the supermind, the delight is automatically open. Okay? It has the unveiling power of its own delight and being. I go to the next sentence. So also being, not being, unveiling power of its own delight and being. Being is used in many ways. Here it means the substance of the supermental. Okay? The very substance of the supermental shows itself to you. Mind is the action of the same powers, but limited. Now when he is using the word mind, he is meaning the spiritual planes of consciousness. This is something you have to be very clear about, because I know my companion in proofreading in the archives did not understand this point. But it's very important to understand that in my serious states of mind, he includes right up to the overmind. Okay? He includes overmind, intuitive mind, illumined mind, and higher mind. He means mind of the planes. So he's saying mind is the action of the same powers, but limited and only very indirectly and partially illumined. Supermind lives in unity, though it plays with diversity. So at our level, we are only experiencing diversity. We are seeing multiplicity, and that is absolutely real to us. But when you go to the level 2, the unity becomes more obvious, because otherwise the The oneness, you now see the cosmic consciousness will not be possible, but because the cosmic consciousness is possible, you start seeing the oneness of things. Okay? So, at the supramental level, oneness also is real and also the multiplicity is real. Okay? Because at the spiritual level of consciousness, it is true that oneness is very, very real, but multiplicity sometimes seems to be an illusion. It's only something which is temporary. But in multiplicity, everything exists and disappears. Exists and disappears. Okay? But in the oneness in the spiritual planes of consciousness does not disappear. Then when you go to the supramental plane, third level, there multiplicity also is real and unity also is real. The one and the many both are real to you. Okay? That's what he's saying. But real doesn't mean to say permanent. The many in the physical world are real, but only real in time and space. They are transient. But that doesn't mean to say they are unreal. Reality also has several grades. There is a permanent reality and there is a temporal reality. Reality in time and space. The world is like that. The world is reality in time and space for the supramental consciousness. But for this consciousness of the self, the world seems to be absolutely unreal sometimes if you are not in the cosmic consciousness. Then mind is not only capable of ignorance, but because it acts always partially and by limitation, it works characteristically as a power of ignorance. So, note the word power of ignorance. It's very interesting what he's saying. Ignorance is not something to be viewed as something negative. It is the ignorance is a power of knowledge to reduce itself. And why does it need to reduce itself? We have discussed this several times, and I am again giving you an idea that the appropriate amount of knowledge or force has to be used for a particular job. If that is not there, then there will be chaos. Okay? As I said, I give you this one instance and we can apply it to knowledge also. Okay? Suppose I have to knock a nail into a wall. I have to use the right amount of force. I can't use infinite force, I'll break the wall. So therefore, infinite force has to reduce itself to the work to be done. Okay? It has to reduce itself to the level to which the work has to be done. That is what is meant by ignorance. Ignorance is the power of knowledge to reduce itself to the thing to be known. This is the thing. Okay, so that's why I said the word power of ignorance. Okay? It may even, and it does forget itself in a complete inconscience. Okay? The knowledge completely disappears in the complete inconscience or nescience. Awaken from it to the ignorance of a partial knowledge and move from the ignorance towards a complete knowledge. Mind is not only capable of ignorance, but he's very interesting. He's saying he's discussing the capacities of mind, okay, which are at a lower level. Mind is not only capable of ignorance, but because it acts always partially and by limitation, it works characteristically as the power of ignorance. It may even, and it does forget itself in a complete inconscience or nescience. It's a power. Okay? The power of light to hide itself. It's possible to conceive of a light which has no power to hide itself. Okay? You take a 1,000-watt bulb. Okay? It doesn't have the power to reduce itself. But nowadays we have a system, rheostat they call it, in which you can slowly reduce the power. Okay? Like in a theater. When you are in a theater, the movie or the drama is about to begin, then you slowly dim the lights. So this is the power that light has. Same thing, knowledge also has the power to reduce itself. Shakti also has the power to reduce itself. And Ananda also has the power to reduce itself. Because Ananda is something so pure that if you experience it at this level, it will burn you. Okay? It will absolutely burn you. So it has to be reduced to the level of mere pleasure. Okay? So this you have to understand. It works characteristically the power of ignorance. It may even and does forget itself in a complete nations, inconscious or nations. Awakened from it, it has the power to awaken. This Srinagar's language, okay? It has the power to awaken from it to the ignorance of a partial knowledge and move from the ignorance towards a complete knowledge. It has got this power to do that. That is its natural action in the human being. Okay? But it can never have by itself a complete knowledge. Complete knowledge is not possible. It can have. That is why you can say very clearly, science will never have complete knowledge unless it accepts and recognizes that spirit is there and experiences that spirit. Okay, so its knowledge will always be partial, however wonderful it may be. That is its natural action in the human being, but it can never have by itself a complete knowledge. Supermind is incapable of real ignorance. So when you are in the supramental level, there is no ignorance there. It's a way of saying, because he is comparing what mind is capable of, although it is negative. Very interesting language Srimati uses. Normally we would say, mind is not capable of this, not capable of it, is limited. But Srimati is using opposite language. He is saying it is not only capable of ignorance, interesting way of putting it. And now he is saying something also very surprising. He is saying Supermind is incapable of real ignorance. It doesn't mean to say that Supermind doesn't have the power to reduce itself. Okay? It means that in the Supermind, there can never be ignorance. There is only light. Okay? When it moves away from Supermind, goes downwards, then it reduces itself. But in the Supermind proper, absolute knowledge, no ignorance at all. Even if it puts full knowledge behind it, in the limitation of a particular working, yet all its working refers back to what it has put behind it, and all is instinct with self-elimination. Okay. Now that's an interesting thing. In Life Divine, if you remember, it says that the power to limit itself to do a particular work. Just now we discussed why it is necessary to limit itself. It has to be appropriate, it has to be fit, it has to be proportionate to the work to be done in the physical world. And the physical world being limited, it has to limit itself. It's very clear. But even when Supermind is limiting itself, it is there at the back. Okay. It's like a man who has got tremendous amount of energy, but is using just the right amount of energy to do the work on hand. Okay. Suppose he has got a very strong man, has to deal with a child, he will be very, very gentle. He is reducing his own power. He can take when he is doing that with a man, then he will increase his power. But when he is dealing with a child, he will decrease his power. Okay. It's exactly the same. Supermind has got that capacity. But it is never absent. It is always there in its full glory. That's what Siddhi said. Okay. Even if it puts full knowledge behind it, in the limitation of a particular working, yet all its working refers back to what it has put behind it. Okay. And all is instinct with self-elimination in the Supermind. Even if it involves itself in material nations, it yet does there accurately the works of perfect will and knowledge. Now, this is interesting because you can think very clearly of the instinct in animals. Okay? The instinct in animals is absolutely, it works perfectly well. But how can it work in the ignorance? Because Supermind is there, guiding it in the right way. Okay? It is something like the prompter in a drama, okay, or in a stage, in a play. The actor is there doing his part, okay? But if he forgets, the prompter is there in the background to give him immediately the right clue. So the supermind is there to limit its power and its knowledge to do the work that is at hand. And the work at hand may be very limited. So it limits itself. It has got that power. Uses only that much of its energy as is needed. Okay. It reminds me of a very interesting video that I saw yesterday. So I just mentioned it because it is very similar to this. Okay. There was a man who is very poor, a beggar in the road, and there were two actors. In fact, it's very strange, but it is worth recounting. Okay? But this is not what the Superman does. So, one actor, what is his name? I forget. What Kumar? Anyway, so the first one comes and he says, no, I won't give this man. He is begging for 5,000 rupees for his mother who is ill in hospital. But he says, no, these people are all cheating. They always come and cheat and they take money and then there's no money, no mother at all in the hospital and yet they do that. So he doesn't give any money. The other actor, okay, he comes, I think now I remember the name of the fellow, Akshay Kumar, sorry, yeah. The Akshay Kumar says, no, I won't give any money. But then this Salman Khan comes and asks his man, what are you standing here for? He says, I need 5,000 rupees and my mother is ill in hospital and she needs 5,000 rupees. So he brings out 50,000 rupees and gives it to him. But the man says, I don't need 50,000. I need only 5,000. You take back the rest. So Salman Khan tells him, you don't need to return it to me. Take it away. Now this is exactly what the Superman does not do. He uses exactly what is needed for the particular work. So he reminded me of that. That's what he is saying about Superman. He uses the right amount of knowledge, power and consciousness and ananda to do the work that is to be done in the limitations of the physical world. That is Superman. Okay? I go to the next sentence. It yet does bear accurately the works of a perfect will and knowledge. He is talking of the instinctive animals. Okay? So, not only that's very obvious to us. The instinctive animals works perfectly. Okay, but there's no without knowledge. The animals do the right thing. Supermind lends itself to the action of the inferior instruments. So, inferior instruments, our mind, life, and body, and yet he is saying it lends itself to the action of the inferior instruments. It is always there, indeed, at the core, as a secret support for their operations. So it is guiding everything and is there always to help. But the help is always proportionate to the work that is needed to be done. In matter, it's an automatic action and effectuation of the hidden idea in things. The hidden idea in things is each thing represents something, and that is a hidden idea. So, for instance, in flowers, there is a meaning to each flower. That is the hidden idea in the flower. And mother, by going into the subtler planes of consciousness, maybe she doesn't go to Supermind, but she need not go to Supermind, but she goes into the subtler planes and knows the hidden idea, the hidden meaning of each flower. This is exactly what happened when I had gone to, I was printing the spiritual significance of flowers, that book. Okay, it was in color, and we were doing it in, I'm talking of 2000. It was 25 years ago, 24 years ago. And the Chinese owner of the press, he asked me, how can you give a significance to a flower? How does it make any difference? How can you do that? So I told him that there are subtler planes of existence. Just as there is ice, water and water vapor, the same thing, but subtler and subtler. You can go into the subtler planes of consciousness in the flower and then get the meaning, the hidden meaning for that flower. So he was very impressed. He understood immediately what is being said. That's exactly what Swami also is saying here. Okay, he's saying, in matter, it's an automatic action and effectuation of the hidden idea in things. In life, in fact, the hidden idea of things, the word is there, archetype. Okay? The word archetype means there is an idea, what Sridhar calls the real idea. Okay? The real idea of everything, the blueprint of everything is in the supermind. And from there, when it comes down, it becomes what it intended to become. The archetype of the rose is in the supermind. The archetype of the uh, lotus is there in the supermind. Okay? Everything, the archetype, the best form it can take is all there. That's it. You can call it the blueprint, okay, from which everything comes. That's a hidden idea. In life, its most seizable form is instinct. There you are. He's talking about instinct. Okay? The most seizable form, where you can see very clearly the intention and how it is being guided. Take the spider web. Okay? The spider weaves a web, and what a beautiful, perfect web it weaves without the knowledge. It has no knowledge, it has no mind. And yet it is the supermind that makes it do that. Okay? The building of nests by birds, absolutely perfect. And that's exactly what the supermind is doing, reducing itself and giving that knowledge to the bird, who is doing it automatically without intelligence. But the intelligence is there. You can see in the final work. That's the supermind. Okay? In life, its most seizable form is instinct. And instinct is subconscious or partly subconscious knowledge and operation. In mind, it reveals itself as intuition. Okay? So, what is intuition? It's a spark of light, a spark of knowledge which comes into the mind without thought. Okay? Without thought. It suddenly comes in and it gives you illumination and you understand, and it's very convincing that is the right thing. It's not a mental suggestion. Huh? A mental suggestion is a thought that comes in. Oh, I could do this. Oh, it could be that. That is not it. When the intuition comes, it is like a very clear indication that this is the truth. Okay? In mind, it reveals itself as intuition. A drop of light which comes into the mind without thought. A swift, direct, and self-effective illumination of intelligence, will, sense, and aesthesis. It comes in not only in knowledge, not only intelligence, but even will. I'll give you a very interesting example of will. Okay? So, if you remember Mother's message for the 29th February 1956, when she brought down the supermind, okay? She says, very interestingly, she says, I knew and willed at the same time. Okay? So, it is automatically she is coming to that I not only know, but the will also is there. So, the self-effective will, okay? So, and sense, everything coalesces and you get a perfect action. That is. So, self-effective illumination of intelligence, will, sense, and aesthesis. But these are merely irradiations of the supermind which accommodate themselves to the limited functioning of the obscurer instruments. Which are the obscurer instruments? Again, we repeat: our mind, our life, and our body. These are the obscurer instruments. Obscurer means of a lesser intensity and with less power. Less power, less consciousness, less ananda also. Its own characteristic nature is a gnosis, superconscious to mind, life, and body. Supermind or gnosis is a characteristic, illumined, significant action of spirit in its own native reality. At its highest level, it is in its own native reality. At its own level, it is perfect. But when it comes down to work in the lower levels of consciousness, it accommodates itself, it fits itself to the work to be done, and therefore it limits itself. That's what Sri Aurobindo said. Okay? Very clear. What is saying? Then go to the next para. Okay, and the next para is a very small one. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's a small one. No, it's not that small, it's quite big. So who will read? Somebody has to read. Archana Devi, can you read? Otherwise, Yasmin can read if she has the text.
I can read.
Okay, go ahead.
Life is an energy of spirit subordinated to action of mind and body, which fulfills itself through mentality and physicality and acts as a link between them. It has its own characteristic operation, but nowhere works independently of mind and body. All energy of the spirit in action works in the two terms of existence and consciousness. For the self formation of existence and the play and self realization of consciousness, for the delight of existence and the delight of consciousness. In this inferior formulation of being in which we at present live, the spirit's energy of life works between the two terms of mind and matter, supporting and effecting the formulations of substance of matter and working as a material energy, supporting the formulations of consciousness of mind and the workings of mental energy, supporting the interaction of mind and body and working as a sensory and nervous energy. What we call vitality is for the purpose of our normal human existence, power of conscious being emerging in matter, liberating from it and in it mind and the higher powers and supporting their limited action in the physical life. Just as what we call mentality is power of conscious being awakening in body to light of its own consciousness and to consciousness of all the rest of being immediately around it and working at first in the limited action set for it by life and body, but at certain points and at certain height escaping from it to partial action beyond this circle. But this is not the whole power, whether of life or mentality. They have planes of conscious existence of their own kind, other than this material level, where they are freer in their characteristic action. Matter or body itself is a limiting form of substance of spirit in which life and mind and spirit are involved. Self-hidden, self-forgetful by absorption in their own externalizing action, but bound to emerge from it by a self-compelling evolution. But matter too is capable of refining to subtler forms of substance in which it becomes more apparently of a formal density of life, of mind, of spirit. Man himself has, besides his gross material body, an encasing vital sheath, a mental body, a body of bliss and gnosis. But all matter, all body contains within it the secret powers of these higher principles. Matter is formation of life that has no real existence apart from the informing universal spirit which gives it its energy and substance.
Okay, so he has spoken about mind, now he is speaking about life. Maybe next he will speak about matter. That's how he always proceeds. So now he is telling us what is life. Life is an energy of spirit subordinated to action of mind and body, which fulfills itself through mentality and physicality and acts as a link between them. So, very a good definition, but we have to understand what he's saying. He's saying life is an energy of spirit. So it is Shakti, it is energy, capable of movement and creation. Okay? But it is subordinated to action of mind. Mind, action of mind is knowledge. So life, Shakti, is subordinated. Okay? It's got its power, but it is in a sense less than knowledge. Because it can create, but it cannot create with intention, and it cannot create something meaningful unless mind is there. So mind is there supporting it, and life creates. So it's an energy of spirit, subordinated action of mind and body, which fulfills itself through mentality and physicality and acts as a link between them. In other words, matter is there, the substance which has to be used, and there is the mind which is there at a higher level. So life is the one that makes it possible for a mental idea to use matter and create whatever has to be done. Okay? It's like the metal or wood or even stone which has to be carved into a statue, and the workman, okay, the workman is the energy which does the work, but it is to be told by the an artist who knows, and he will say exactly, do it this. I want a statue of, let us say, Shiva or Parvati or whatever. So the idea is given by the mind, and the matter is there waiting to be carved into whatever, and life does the work. So life is the go-between between the ideas in the mind and the material which has to be made into a form. That's what it's saying. It's a go-between. It has its own characteristic operation, but nowhere works independently of mind and body. So if it is independent of mind and body, then it cannot work fully. So this is what Sridhar is saying. In fact, when we say life, we normally understand animal life, human life and things. But that is not life. Life is a manifestation of Shakti. Shakti can manifest itself in many ways. Okay? Shakti can create lightning. Okay? It can create thunder. But that's not life. So life is when matter is made into a living form. So that is life. So that also is Shakti. So Shakti has got all these powers. Later on, he will tell us how different types of Shakti are there. Okay, so all energy. So remember that life is something that.
Angada, can I ask a question?
Yes, yes, go ahead.
Angada, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Here, something has crossed. I mean, I'm not clear this. Life is an energy of spirit subordinated to action of mind. That is okay. And body. So is the energy subordinated to the action of body or the body? It's a question I'm to explain this or expatiate on.
Okay. I didn't follow your the question.
No, he is saying, okay, Shravan is saying that life is subordinated to action of mind. That is clear.
Yes.
But subordinated to body.
No,
that,
he is not saying subordinated to body. Okay. Oh, okay, in that sense. Okay. In the sense that it has to work with these two. It cannot work by itself.
okay.
Okay. Shakti
But the
can,
word subordinated.
yes,
Yes, Angada.
yeah. So that's exactly what I was explaining to you. Life is a form of Shakti. Shakti can work by itself. Okay. But life cannot. Life is the living element. Biologically, life is something that always, you will never find life in the physical world without a body. Life will never be seen in the physical world without a body. So that is life. Isn't it? Very
Okay,
interesting.
Angada. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I got it. Yes, yes, I got it. Because
Is it
I got
is
confused
it
because it's
like
a word subordinated.
is it like that life needs an infrastructure in which it can act?
That's
It
right.
can't act without, like a car can go on a road. If there is no road, then the car can't travel.
Yes, you can
It
say.
can't go over the sea.
Yes, you can say that. Yeah. It's go between. It gets the ideas of what it has to do through mind, but the material with which it has to work is matter. If there is no matter, then it can't work. It cannot. Life will not come into existence. We must be very clear about what is life. Life is Shakti, which creates, maintains, grows, and finally dies. This is Shakti which does that. Shakti is eternal and infinite. But life is not. Life is that which it is Shakti which is working in matter with the help of mind. That you can say. So that's the interesting part. That's exactly in the same way, we also don't see Shakti pure unless you are in a spiritual consciousness. You see the effects of Shakti. Life is an effect of Shakti. For instance, you see lightning, you see thunder. These are effects of Shakti. They are not Shakti. Okay? Shakti is something far superior to all these things. So Shakti takes so many forms. Life is one of the forms of Shakti. Thunder is not Shakti. Thunder is not life. Nor is electrical energy. Lightning also is not life. Okay? But both are Shakti. Energy, pure force, Shakti. Okay? We don't see that original stuff, we don't see anywhere. Okay, that's what is. Yeah, I want to say what subordinate to action of mind and body. So subordinate in that sense that without body, without matter, life can't work. So it has to play second fiddle if you want to in that sense. Okay. So all energy of the spirit in action works in two terms of existence and consciousness. Okay, so 37, you've got 3 minutes. We'll discuss this last sentence, okay? All energy of the spirit in action works in the two terms of existence and consciousness. So, what is existence? Subtle substance. It is Sat. And Chit, consciousness is Chit. So, Shakti which is there has to work with existence and consciousness. That's exactly what we discussed here in the physical world. Shakti, the life energy, has to work with mind as guide and also use the material or matter to create whatever it is you wanted to create. So life will be seen always only in matter. Pure life you will never see anywhere. That's what you mean by subordination. All energy of the spirit in action. Energy of the spirit, but where? In action. Works in the two terms of existence and consciousness. And existence is consciousness at the highest level. In the physical world, existence becomes matter and consciousness becomes the idea in the mind. Okay? Knowledge in the mind. For the self-formation of existence and the play and self-realization of consciousness, for the delight of existence and the delight of consciousness. Now, let's look at the words very clearly. So he's saying, Shakti uses Sat as subtle substance. And so what Sylvie is saying here applies to the highest level as well as to the lowest level. The lowest level we have discussed just now, how life creates forms with matter as its material and with the idea of mind. Okay? So now he is saying, but even at the highest level it is like that. Okay? So, all energy of the spirit in action works in the two terms of existence and consciousness. Sat, Chit, Shakti. He is not discussing Ananda here. Okay, so one Shakti is working with Sat and consciousness. Chit, Sat and Chit. And what is it doing? That's all. For the delight of existence and the delight of consciousness. So if there is no creation, there is no Ananda. Okay? So when you create, At least in the physical world, it's like that. All creation gives you Ananda. Okay? Ananda expresses itself very clearly through creation. Whether that creation be architecture, sculpture, music, and even poetry. Okay? It gives you Ananda. When you create something, there is Ananda. When a new child is born, also there is Ananda. Okay? So, creation is always Ananda. Ananda is the one that is there everywhere, and it is Ananda that creates and maintains also. But at the highest level, Ananda and force and consciousness are all the same. When they come down only, they are different. So you can say this is what Sandhya is saying. Okay, so we have gone beyond our time. We'll do this paragraph again next time. Okay? We'll redo life
We'll
is an
redo this paragraph. We'll redo this whole paragraph.
We'll redo this one. Very interesting.
And my question he's answering slowly one by one.
Yeah,
He's gone on to answer.
that's right.
Thank you, Rangada.
Okay. Au revoir, everybody.
Thank you, Rangada.
Thank you, Rangada.